30 for 30 when I shoot, 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 shoot. Man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be reacting to Adam22 confirms Gucci Mane was robbed by Pooh Shiesty. Who knows how he knows? These niggas get on my nerves, but let's see what he got to say.
Look, I interviewed Alan Dershowitz, who was Epstein's lawyer during the Florida case.
Right.
So he knows Epstein. He's worked with him closely for a long time, got paid by him, had to have serious off-the-record conversations and so forth. I asked him, do you think Epstein killed himself or was it a conspiracy? And then on August 10, 2019, they found him hanging in his jail cell.
Pooh Shiesty.
Now, this created a flurry of conspiracy theories. Based on what you know, do you think that he killed himself or do you think that someone had him killed because he knew too much?
The theory that he was killed because he knew too much is silly, because nobody would believe anything he said. He had no credibility at all. And so there'd be no benefit to killing him. I think he killed himself with the help of prison guards. I think he paid off prison guards to turn off the cameras, to turn their backs. I don't think he could have committed suicide by himself, but I do think he decided he could not spend the rest of his life in rat-infested jail cells, and that it would be easier for him to end it than to just spend the rest of his life suffering in prison. That was his decision, and he acted on it, but I think with the help of other people.
He said, I think he killed himself. I said, why? He goes, well, knowing Jeffrey Epstein, he has been used to living a certain type of life for so long. Because remember, even when he was, had that Florida case, he was supposed to be on house arrest and he was just out all the time. And the police were like, well, we can't do nothing. He's rich. So he never really had any negative things that happened to him during the majority of his life,
right?
If not his whole life. And suddenly he's in a prison cell. He's never getting out.
This shit's supposed to be about Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty, so I'm wondering how the fuck this gonna transition from Epstein to Gucci Mane getting robbed by Pooh Shiesty. This nigga Vlad is crazy.
Everyone's calling him a pedophile. What do you have to look forward to at this point?
I mean, me and you have lived pretty nice lives for, let's say, the last decade.
Yeah.
If you or I were locked in a prison cell and we knew that we were never going to get out, I guarantee you that I would be thinking about how I could kill myself.
I would think about it.
It's the number one
I'm
thing
not saying I would do it, but I would think about it. Like, what am I looking forward to?
Yeah.
Like, what are you looking forward to for the rest of your life? Not for a year or two. I'll do a year or two.
Yeah.
Forever?
Yeah.
Because he was already in, his 60s?
Yeah. I mean, you
never getting out.
Read some books. You could
Make
do some push-ups.
Friends.
Yeah, hang out with Bubba, watch some TV in the day room. I don't know. But, I mean, I don't think that I would be, like, so committed to staying alive at that point. I don't know.
Well, there was the rumor that Pooh Shiesty robbed Gucci Mane for his wedding ring.
How the fuck do you go from that to that?
Yeah.
And I remember Gucci actually posted like a picture on IG showing his ring.
Oh.
And people are saying that it was just a false rumor. But you claimed that multiple Memphis insiders told you it was true.
Yeah. I heard about it from a bunch of people before it really got elevated to the status of being, sort of something that every rap fan knew about. I mean, I do feel like if it had no truth to it, that Gucci would have debunked it more forcefully. I'm not saying that he necessarily took the ring from him, but it does seem like, Gucci Mane very much had plans on Pooh Shiesty being, his artist and continuing to work with him. When he got out of prison, he posted up a photo of him and was real excited about it. And I mean, we haven't necessarily seen that that Yo Gotti's embracing Pooh Shiesty on the level of him really being a CMG artist. But it just seems like if there was no truth to this rumor, somebody would have said something. So it definitely, from my perspective, feels like
I don't know, but I think Pooh Shiesty would be better signed to CMG. Just look at it's Gucci's a good person to start with to get your platform popping, but I don't think as far as long term, it hasn't been proven. He hasn't had any artist that long term stood with him from fucking Waka to fucking I think Future, Young Thug, the Migos, motherfucking. Hey, but nigga, he dropped his whole label like a year ago, like so that shit don't look good. But as far as like signing, like I would rather fuck with Gotti's. Look at his artists and look how they're flourishing. Like so,
This is probably
I would go with that.
probably largely true, but I don't know.
Really?
Can you make somebody sign over your recording contract under duress in a studio? I don't know. But is Gucci Mane gonna fight it in court? Is Gucci Mane ever gonna admit that he was robbed or pressured to do something like that?
I mean, I see your point.
Yeah.
I see your point. You know, let's just say that, yeah, he was forced to sign over the contract. Would he actually ruin his image by saying, hey, I got punked?
Yeah.
Big bad Gucci Mane, you know, the boogeyman of the South.
Yeah. I don't think so. But to be honest, it kind
Vlad, shut the fuck up. Gucci Man ain't been on that type of time for years upon years. Like big bad boogeyman, nigga. Business is business. Fuck.
of feels like I don't know how Gucci Mane's image recovers from this, because unless he's able to put forth a compelling narrative that tells this in a different way, you know.
Adam, your image can never, ever be recovered. And you know why. We all know why.
I think the idea of Gucci Mane being somebody that you want to sign to as an artist, that balloon has popped.
Well, you could say that, or you could also look at his track record and say that he's actually put on a lot of artists, more so than almost every other rapper.
I agree, but that was a long ass time
It
ago.
was a long
And
ass
all
time
of the
ago.
artists that he signed
It
in the
wasn't-
modern
it
era,
wasn't
besides
that
Pooh
long.
Shiesty and maybe like Fujiano,
Big
you know,
Scar.
Big Scar was
Exactly.
seemingly doing pretty all right before he passed. But I mean, number one, again, people love conspiracy theories, and like if you really like list
They
out
love
all of the
dog.
artists who have been signed to 1017 over the last 10 years, it's not a rosy outlook for most of them. A lot of them died. A lot of them, you know, just ended up in fucked up situations. Lil Wop went trans on us.
A little Wop did go trans.
Kicking up the dirt as I pull up my skirt.
That nigga Adam is a clown. I mean, like, if I was Pooh Shiesty, I would get out that contract and move on to something better. But like I said, Gucci is a good place to start your career. He has put on a lot of artists, like, but as far as staying with him long term, I don't think that will work out. But as far as him being robbed and all that, still hasn't been proven. It's 2026. If somebody get robbed, like somebody gonna prove that motherfucker. So, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. It's Mr. 30. I'm out of here.